But there was one game that I was watching, and this guy got hurt. One of the players got hurt. And they showed him on the sidelines. And when they showed him on the sidelines, they took him off the sidelines. He's probably going to play in the NFL at some point. He's sitting on the sidelines, and this is this big old dude. I mean, these guys that play this stuff are aggressive people, right? This is what they do. They hit people is what they do. And so he's sitting on the sidelines, and he's gotten hurt, and he's been removed from the game, and he's got his hands on his face, and he's sobbing, crying. And players are coming up, patting him on the shoulder and saying, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. Now, I want to tell you this. One, I don't know the guy. I don't know his relationship with the Lord, and I'm not saying it's not a huge deal to get hurt. But I do want to say this. If your primary identity your whole life is being an athlete, what happens when you get hurt? If your primary identity is being an athlete, what happens if you get cut? If your primary identity your whole life is being a mom, what happens when the kids leave home? If your primary identity is being a husband, then what happens if a divorce takes place? If your primary identity is your job or your money or your stuff, then what happens if it doesn't go well? If my primary identity is a pastor, then what happens if the talk's not that good or it's not that many people that day that show up? What happens in our lives if our primary identity is messed up? That's why Jesus says, seek first his kingdom and righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. And what John is trying to tell us, your primary identity is not single or married or widowed or male or female, or your sin struggle, or whatever it is. Your primary identity is that you, if you've trusted in Jesus Christ, are a child of God. And if you're a child of God, then you can make it through the most difficult times because you know how great the Father's love for you is.